Welcome to the third season of the Pauper Gauntlet. I'm Dan, and for this season, for the very first time, we have a sponsor, mtgotickets.com, so please help them out by clicking on the link in the show notes. Okay, I'm playing Selesnya Flash in round 3 of the Pauper Gauntlet. And just now I noticed that I might not have made the right deck changes. There was illegal cards in the deck, but now I have to play it like this. We'll check if I did during the sideboarding. I'm gonna keep this. Wow, these are some cards I don't know. Okay, we have Giant Blocker, we have a protection from Red Guy, we have the Ambush Wiper, we have this removal. So we are a mid-range flash deck, and we really want to play against the creature deck. But we're now in the tournament practice room, so we might have to face off against Delver. Temporal Isolation is also an instant. That is decent removal. Feat of Resistance, so I'm casting... He also has Flash, that's cool. So I'm casting the Ambush Wiper at the end of turn here to get some beats going. I am kind of scared here. Double blue doesn't sound like any fun for this deck. And my wall seems utterly bad. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna flash in the Defender of Law at the end of turn. What am I up against? I'm thinking mono blue control, like hard counterspells. So I expect Think Twice here or Accumulated Knowledge. But it's just a brainstorm. So it could be Delver with a super bad draw. Or maybe he has a second color. Hey, maybe I should cast the Wiper here. When I had the chance. It is Delver. So I'm gonna hit the Delver with Temporal Isolation instead. Why do I play a main deck wall? That's pretty bad for ninjas though. Oh, we can still ninja it. That's a problem. He does counter that, which seems excessive. Flash first strike. So now I'm gonna cast Feat of Resistance on the Ambush Wiper if it gets dealt with. But I have no defense against if it gets blocked. But I have no defense against a ninja or the Delver. So maybe I need to play something now while he's tapped out. So I'm gonna play the first striker. Getting around the counter spells. I think that is better than playing it during his turn when he has untapped mana. He dazes it. So we know it's a full power Delver deck. And I'm in a world of hurt. Vapor Snag has been revealed. And Delver has flipped. So Ashcoat Bear, Feat of Resistance. And I can't raise this. But I can. This doesn't have reach or something fun like that. No. I think I have some problems. Grizzly Bear. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when he comes for you? So I got the Defender of Law coming here. Trying to raise Delver. Not the easiest thing to do. Though I'm doing surprisingly well. Uh-oh. Well, that's the end of that. And Feet of Resistance doesn't deal with that in any way. Must remember the Vapor Snag as well. Here is Mr. Red. Kill flyers and try to flash in multiple stuff when they have only one counterspell worth of mana. We have aerial volleys, circle of protection blue, and isolation in the sideboard for this matchup. But now I have to trade the Ambush Viper for the Spy Golem. And Feet of Resistance doesn't do anything here. So you could just Vapor Snag this guy. Or just raise us. Am I missing something? He ponders the situation. So can we squeeze off a win here against Delver? That would be amazing. So I'm thinking he's attacking only with the Delver. And here comes an Ambush Viper. What's in his hand? He has 5 cards. Well, that's in his hand. And of course, Feet of Resistance doesn't do anything. We know about the Vapor Snag. Maybe we should just play the wall. It's better than not playing it. Spy Golem is pretty good at stopping 2/2s. He must have the land heaviest hand. We're on turn 8, so he hasn't found land for all the time. Here comes a ninja. No ninja. But perhaps one more point of power. Yes. And I noticed that Aerial Volley and Cop Blue don't deal with Spy Golems. So we are now dead. I think I'm gonna play the wall. If nothing else, it's going to confuse him. Wall of Confusion. Okay, we can get in 5 damage here actually. Except for the fact that he has that nasty Vapor Snag. Wow. Temporal Isolation here. Well, it won't win me the game, but well, I do have Feet of Resistance backup. This is turning interesting. But now I have the kill. And Vapor Snag does not save him. But that card saves him. And now I can do 5 damage. Is there any chance I can do 6? Not really. So I dart to the best deck in the format. Which is no shame. Taking out Defender of Laws and the Glamours. Okay, I'm not gonna reveal Fate of Resistance here. Feet of Resistance. I'm behind in time, so I can just quit here. And this is the top of the sideboard plan, so at least we are prepared. Deglamer, why would we take out that? Where is it? I don't see a Deglamer. I'm gonna take out the wall. Put in aerial volley, put in gleeful sabotages for the spire golems, because they just crush us. And circle of protection blue. Temporal isolation, just one. The controller permanent it becomes. What? Enchantment. Okay, if we cast this as a flash, it dies. This seems utterly useless against him. And I'm gonna bring in another temporal isolation. Where is that Deglamer? There it is. That seems super useful against him to get rid of the spy golems. So I'm gonna take out another parapet. And here we go. Can we take 2 games from Delver? Let's try, at least we have mana. Resolving the circle of protection blue early seems good. I have a giant growth. Keep. And 0 pressure. We had 2 lands and 2 creatures. That's the requirement for keeping. But now, unless he has an early days here, we can resolve circle protection blue. And if we draw more lands, that will be helpful. As we have so many ways to deal with the golems. Whoa. Sounds good to me. Except for the fact that there are Cloud of Fairies and Spellstarter Sprites, who will now make our day really sad. So, when he ninjas here, we have to circle twice. And this is so bad against ninjas. He just needs to be unblocked. Well, let's do the best we can. So yeah, I'm gonna circle myself twice here because I have nothing else to do. Okay, there was no ninja. And we're missing land drops. Playing 22 lands. At least we don't have to discard yet. There's the spy golem. And the counter spell to protect it. So now we need to cast 2 things to stop it. I'm just gonna discard Giant Growth here, I think. Or Fetal Resistance sounds super impossible to cast. At the end of turn now we can try to temporal isolate the spy golem. And then try to gleeful sabotage it. Sounds fun. And he draws even more broken blue stuff. He will of course use... Oh no, he can double counter. Well, we have to try it. We have to do something. Of the value when he ninjas that. And then I gleeful sabotage and then I probably lose. A daze. Very nice. Now it is kind of pointless. If I conspire, I have to look up. I can conspire and he has to counter twice, right? If you tap 2 untapped creatures. And it has to be green. So that's not gonna work. So I think I probably have to try for gleeful sabotage here. It's all I can do. And here is a counterspell or a spell stutter, most likely. He snaps it. Well, that's an improvement. And we are done. Our creatures are just utterly unimpressive. And he digs for broken blue stuff. And here is Mr. Spy Golem for 1 mana too much. So gleeful sabotage turned into pretty bad fog. Time is definitely important here, and I am taking too much time. Okay, so I had to put down a creature here. Probably the Benalish Knight. Or circle myself against the ninja. I'm gonna cast the Bell Ringer first. Here's a Delver. Aerial Volley is starting to look good. I'm gonna cast the Bell Ringer first because I think it will be countered. Can also be snapped and stuff. Gets +1/+1. That's nice. There's the Aerial Volley. We used that during the upkeep to force his counterspell. And then we can either web. So here we are in his upkeep. Wait a minute, that doesn't work. The Delver isn't flying yet. The Delver has to flip. And now it did flip. So does he have 2 counterspells? I wonder. Aerial volley. He brainstorms. And he counterspells it, whereupon I cast the web. And I probably get snapped. Yes. Delver is pretty good at having answers. And that was my great play. And now I can like cycle and do nothing. Circle and do nothing. That's about what I can do. Or I can just circle. I will just circle here. No, I will take one and cast the knight. Because I am in dire need of something happening. But now I am on a turn 3 clock. On a 3-turn clock, I mean. Keep the spirit up. Gotta win. Penalty knight. Haha. Did not expect that, did you? Okay, Penalty knight. You have to win in 3 turns. You can actually do 16 damage in those 3 turns. And now we can do 20 damage. That's kind of interesting, so let's try it. I'll do 5 now. Is that enough? No, it's not enough. I need to do... I can't do anymore. Because I have to... Okay, let's gamble here that he doesn't have stuff. We still have to use the Wines of Westwood. He has used 2 snaps. This is extremely aggressive. But I think this is the only way to win. I don't think there's a way to win. We do 9 now, we do 9 next turn. But we can live 3 turns. Interesting. Okay, now we take 3, and then we take 2. And after the turn we take 2, we kill him. Okay, except for that. I had to do this gamble. Wait a minute. That still works. We can discard the bell ringer. So we're gonna do it. Circle of protection for the Delver. And this turn we just do 2 damage. We have to keep the card. We are discarding Bellringer. And next turn we're going to discard that guy. And do 9 damage. It is the worst plan I have seen in a long while, but it is actually a plan. Or except if he has a Vapor Snag or something. Okay, here we go. Living the dream. If this works, I'm gonna scream really high. And that's gonna scare my poor sick wife in the next room. Okay, I'm not gonna scream really high. But I'm gonna live. I'm at 1. And I have the Wines of Westwood to protect me against Vaporsnag, but he doesn't have Vaporsnag. Okay, now I'm going for 9 damage. And that will never work. In my upkeep! Wow. That was a mistake. Now I'm dead. Still, it was a pretty critical mistake. And Selesnya Flash has been eliminated from the Pauper Gauntlet. But, as I said, to go against the best deck in the format, not a shame. Thank you for watching.